Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for October 2023. I hope everybody's doing great. I want to take a second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign out there. If you find that that's your situation, check your other signs and placements and see if those readings may resonate better. Also, please keep in mind that the monthly readings are predictive in nature. So if these events are not occurring right now, they could easily occur in the next few weeks. All right, Spirit, what would you like Cancer to know for the month of October? All right, so you are coming in with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's see what's crossing that. The Four of Swords. All right, so there's a situation here that you're taking a break from somebody. It's a bit stagnant right now. I feel like there is a lack of communication. Let's see what's going on in the past. Show me the past for Cancer. Show me the past. Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, there's been a lack of communication. This has been going on for a while. Let's see why all this is happening. The Eight of Swords. You're really up in your head about it. You're thinking about it. You feel trapped in this stagnant situation. Let's see what's on your mind. The King of Cups. Well, you've got love on the mind, so that's good. It's like you're coming up in a very high energy. So you're thinking positively with regard to love. Coming in the month of October, you have the Five of Cups. So it looks like you're walking away. Either you're feeling abandoned here, or you're walking away and leaving somebody else behind. I do see, though, that there's sadness. I do see some sadness. I see you really looking at this past situation. This is why you're caught up in your head about this. It's a love situation for most of you, and I feel like you have a lot of love for this person, but I'm seeing as you go into October, I'm seeing you kind of walking a little bit away from that because it's like you've gone over it and over it and over it. Let's see how you're showing up in this reading. All right, the Sun in reverse. Unhappy with the situation, lacking clarity. The energy approaching you is a Seven of Wands. Somebody who might be a little bit defensive. It's like there's a standoff here. Spirit's advice, you have the Hermit. So Spirit is saying that you need to be doing exactly what you are doing. You're withdrawn. You're kind of looking at things. You're doing some deep soul searching. Sometimes we get the Hermit before somebody does a upgrade in their spiritual lives as well. So let's see your outcome at the end of the month. The World. You're putting something to a close and moving into a new cycle. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So this is underlying energy. Again, it speaks to a lack of communication, and it speaks to a lack of clarity. So and for some of you, it may even speak to some dishonesty. So let's clarify. Spirit-wise, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Swords. And the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're feeling stuck. I feel like you may have spoke your mind to this person. There could have been an argument here. And it could have been about juggling. I do see you're feeling a little bit stuck about your finances as well. Some of you are having to juggle finances right now. Ooh, you're getting justice. So you keeping silent and you doing your own healing and working on your own recovery, your own, I don't know if recovery is the right word, your own health, emotional health is going to bring justice and balance to the situation. And that makes sense because this is what's in Spirit's advice too. So let's see why the Page of Wands is here in reverse. Okay, so someone ghosted you. I feel like someone ghosted you, and now you're kind of You're like, look, you don't want to talk to me? Fine, I'm not talking with you either. But there was an argument or something. You spoke your mind on something. You're feeling really burdened, though. Why all this is happening is because you're replaying these problems over and over in your mind, Cancer. It's like you're imprisoning yourself in these problems, and you just can't even see which direction to move or what to do at this point. Let's see why the King of Cups is here. Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're opening your heart back up to love. It's not like you've given up on love, but somebody was deceptive. There was lying, cheating, stealing, possibly some juggling, possibly some third-party energy. And you just lack clarity as to why all this had to happen. Why is all this happening? And I do feel that you are healing your energy. You've done a lot of healing here, Cancer. Let's see, let's look at October for you. Show me October for Cancer. I feel like your energy has kind of closed down a little bit with other people, though. Like you're very cautious. You don't trust people a lot now. You're keeping a lot to yourself. And I feel like before this all happened, you were a little bit more open, a little bit more, giving of your emotions. Not that you're not giving now, but I feel like you're keeping a lot to yourself now. All right, so we have the Star card in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, King of Wands reversed, the Eight of Wands, Six of Swords reversed, the Hangman reversed, the Empress, good. Eight of Swords. The Chariot reversed. Nine of Swords. King of Swords. Eight of Cups. Five of Wands. The Hierophant. And the King of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Which is the opposite of what's in your thoughts. So, all right. What I'm seeing here is that you have been stuck in this situation for a while. I feel like, there's been conflict off and on. I feel like there was a conflict. It led to a lack of communication. Somebody ghosted you, or perhaps you ghosted them. And either way, there's a break in this connection and a lack of communication. You've been going over and over this in your mind, trying to figure things out, feeling stuck. Why can't I move on? And why is this person not, contacting me or coming around? Or if they do, it just leads to more conflict. So there's just all these thoughts, all these problems, and it's difficult to know where to go, what to do with regard to this situation. So I feel like coming into the month, you are kind of fed up with it. It's like this energy of desiring change. And so I do feel that you've been very sad. Some of you are experiencing some depression as well. And I feel like you go into the month of October feeling like this is hopeless, like you're just never going to get your wish, that things are never going to move in a positive direction. And there's almost like this feeling of why try, why do anything. So I do see a lack of action and really some very low feelings for you in the first week of October. Some of you may be traveling by the end of the first week going into the second week. But if not travel, I do see that there is some communication. There's some sort of communication or a sudden shift that occurs. this causes you to, by the second week, this shift, this sudden shift, whether it's communication or travel, and it doesn't even have to be communication with this person. It could be, but it could also be from somebody else. It causes this sudden shift within you, and you begin to view this situation very differently by the middle of the month. For a lot of you, this person could be coming back into your energy. They could be traveling to see you, or they could be communicating with you unexpectedly. But either way, you're looking, in the second week, you're looking at this situation that has felt so stuck very differently. Very differently. You're viewing it very differently, and it's taken you a long time to get to that point. Now, by the middle of the month, you are seated in the Empress energy. And I've seen this energy for you guys before. So it feels to me like you're kind of up and down, up and down. By the middle of the month, you're reaching an up point. And I do feel that, you know, your money is looking good by that point. And you're kind of seated in this position of receiving. You're receiving money. You're receiving the notice of other people. You're receiving, you know, accolades of sorts. However, the thing that has you up in your head, that all the problems with this person are still there. So I do feel that you do know your self-worth here, Cancer. I think it took a long time for you to get to the point where you were valuing yourself and pouring into yourself, and now you are. And I do see that, but I still see that you're kind of in this situation of wondering and just not knowing what's going to happen, and just it keeps revolving over and over in your head. I do think that you begin to understand that that is what's keeping you stuck. For some of you, you may be trying to travel, and that's not going through in the middle of the month to the third week. There could be a cancellation in travel plans. There could be some car issues that occur as well. So real life is kind of coming in and you know, affecting this little bit of a high that you've managed to get by the middle of the month, because you do have these worries and concerns. For some of you, I see car trouble, so be careful about your car in the middle of the month. But for the rest of you, what I'm seeing is that a situation, this situation that has been stagnant and not moving forward in any productive manner, I see you making a decision to put an end to it. I see you deciding that this is just too painful. You're not going to deal with this anymore, and you feel betrayed by this person. I see you getting very honest with yourself by the third week of October. Yeah. Now, for others of you, you might be meeting somebody, and that would be in the third week of October, and it's going to cause you to kind of move away from all of these feelings of betrayal and hurt. But for others of you, you've got somebody who's returning back in. The person who did betray you, the person who you know, ended this connection, or you ended it with them. It was a very painful ending regardless. I see a return of that person. I do see them returning, and I see them trying to return correctly, trying to be honest with you. But I'm seeing by the fourth week, there will be conflict. Yeah, there's definitely conflict. I see you receiving advice from someone in that fourth week. Some of you could be reaching out to a spiritual leader, an older person that you trust, perhaps a card reader or a psychic. But I do see you receiving some sort of guidance, I guess would be the right word. For others of you, I'm seeing that this person is returning, and they're actually offering you commitment. This is the person who you feel betrayed you, and you're very conflicted about the situation. internally, you're very conflicted because you remember the pain that this person caused. And this person is now returning, and they're coming correct, and they're offering commitment as well. But I see you turning it down. I don't see you taking their offer. I see you closing your heart towards this person. Whereas in the past, your heart was very open. And that's the thing, is that you did have quite an open heart, and this person did betray you. There's deceit here. So I feel like that's where this turnaround is coming, is that for some of you, this person's returning, and they are returning correct, but your feelings have just changed. It happened somewhere around the middle of the month where you just started looking at things differently. I mean, for all I know, you could have heard a podcast, or you could have heard a tarot reader, or it could be anything. You may have met somebody, I don't know, but regardless, whatever this communication is, changes your thinking by the middle of the month. And you just, you don't feel inclined to open your heart to this person. I feel like you're just kind of closed off to them now, because they did cause you so much pain. And when you did open your heart, and now you've done all the healing, it took a lot for you to do that healing. And I feel like you're just closing your heart off to this person. So let's look at your energy. Show me Cancer's energy. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Cups. And the Ace of Swords, yeah. So there's a total lack of understanding. There's a total lack of clarity as to why, you know, this person has acted this way, why you're feeling the way you are. There's depression that I'm seeing, and the depression is resulting from feeling like you can't move forward. You can't move forward from this person. You can't move forward with this person, and it's just really confusing. I see you getting a lack of, or seeing you getting that clarity by the end of the month. For some of you, it's going to be through some form of communication. I'm also seeing that you gave unconditional love to this person, and things still stalled out. Things still did not move forward. And I see you getting really honest with yourself. I see this Ace of Swords that's in the reverse here, this lack of clarity. I see you getting clarity by the end of the month. Let's see why the Seven of Wands is here. All right, we have the Ten of Coins reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, and the Four of Swords reversed. So, this person's gone through a karmic cycle or a karmic lesson, but this is the person, the energy that's approaching you is somebody that you ended things with, or they ended things with you. This person may have received some very bad advice from family members. They could have been a little bit of a player. They could have been very inconsistent. They're going to come back telling you that they've missed you, that that this loss has just been tremendous for them, that they shouldn't have listened to these family or friends or whoever gave them the advice, that they know that they weren't consistent in the past. Now they're going to be very consistent. So they're coming back in, wanting to heal this connection, wanting to, wanting to fight for the connection. And they are coming in honest, I have to tell you. Let's see, signs that I see Virgo. I see another water sign, which could be another Cancer like yourself, or a Scorpio or a Pisces. Libra's here. Taurus. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Libra's very strong. Taurus is very strong. Let's see. Virgo's also very strong. But they're going to come back in, and they do appear to be honest, but I feel like you're not going to take them back. I feel like so much time has gone by, and you've gone through so much, and I feel like you've had to heal yourself, and now you're viewing this person differently. You're just not viewing them the same, and you're not viewing this connection the same. Now, Spirit is saying this soul searching you've been doing is the right thing. All right, so we have the Three of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Two of Swords. So Spirit's saying you don't have to make a decision, that you can wait, that this person caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of pain, a lot of worry. Spirit is reminding you of the nights that you set up crying or worrying about this person. Spirit is reminding you of this person's indecisiveness. And Spirit is saying that you can wait. You can take your time now. That you need to really do the soul searching to figure out what it is that you want and wait for that to come to you. Spirit is saying that, you know, you don't have to make a decision right now. And that when you do make a decision, you have to be a little bit more logical in your decision-making process. Not that you don't make the decision with your heart, but don't leave your mind behind. All right, so let's see. You have the World here. Let's see why. All right, we have the Strength card. Five of Cups reversed. So that's you coming out of that energy of feeling depressed. You enter into the month with this like reviewing and just being just disgusted with how long you have spent thinking about this connection. And now you're leaving the month of October, basically, like I said, walking away from that energy, putting it behind you and refocusing your heart on love. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay, so you're putting an end to this cycle of sadness, a cycle of stagnancy, a cycle of being stuck in this energy. You are getting justice here. You're getting karmic justice here. It may not feel like it in those first 2 weeks, but trust me, by the end of the 2 weeks, you're gonna feel it, right? So I do see you refocusing on love. Your attention turns towards matters of the heart and towards love. Things begin to move more in your direction. You're more proactive. So that's what a new cycle is beginning. And that new cycle has to do with you being strong and taking control of your life, yourself. For some of you, you're meeting a real emperor. You're meeting a counterpart here. Let's see, we have Aries and Leo here. So I do see that this is ending by the end of the month. All of this worry, concern, all this, not really understanding what's going on. It's almost this sense of you've given and given and given and gotten very little in return. And even when you kind of dug in your heels and you said, no, this is unacceptable, this person still kind of went head to head with you like, no, it's going to be my way. And you still stood your ground. You still held on to your beliefs, and it's been very difficult. It's been very hard. Spirit's recognizing you for that effort. And you may very well be meeting your emperor. This person could have been a false twin flame. They could have been, or if they are, if they are your counterpart, then this indicates that they would be coming in correctly, that they would be doing right. Now, I will tell you, this person from the past is going to return. I'm not seeing that they're lying. I don't see that. I see that they're coming in, honestly, realizing the mistakes that they've made. But I feel like you're being very strong. You're working on yourself, and you're taking control of your own life now. So the person that they walked away from, or you walked away from them, you're not the same person. You've changed. And they're going to find a different empress here. Bottom of the deck is the Fool card in the reverse. Interesting. So what that tells me is underlying energy, that there is a new beginning that is trying to come into this situation. Whether it is with this person or for you, totally separate from this person, but there's fear involved. There's fear, and you don't see this new beginning either. And I think it's because, Cancer, you're coming into the month feeling a little bit lost, feeling like I'm just so tired of thinking about this. Trust me, it is changing. It is changing. And in the second week, into the first week, second week, there's going to be something, some communication, or someone you meet in some form that's going to dramatically change the way you view this entire thing. So write that down, because, you know, I'd like to hear it when it happens, because, you know, I keep up with my Cancer signs very closely. All right, well, I hope this has been helpful for you guys. If you have resonated with this reading, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would be so grateful if you do. All right, until I see you guys in the weekly readings, namaste. Oh, you know what, guys? I didn't do your oracle. So let me just take all that back. Let's do an oracle for you. Here I am trying to rush out of your reading. It just seems so final, though. Let's do an oracle. If you're still with me, I hope you guys didn't close it off. Barmbrack. I've never gotten this card before. It says sweetness and synergy. Let's see what that is. I'm using the Halloween oracle, guys. Let's see what that is. I've never had that card. It says, not quite a cake and not quite a bread. Barmbrack is a sweet loaf larger than typical bread loaf, baked with flour, sugar, salt, and dried fruits such as raisins. The making of barmbrack is an Irish tradition that still stands around Halloween. The person baking the loaf would be sure to set the intention for love, truth, and synergy whilst preparing. Inside the dough, a number of special objects are hidden and baked into the loaf. The objects are used as a kind of random oracle. Each one has a particular meaning which represents the fate of the person who found it in their slice. The traditional objects include a coin, a pea, a stick, a ring, and a small piece of cloth like muslin. Some other additions made in more modern times were religious medals. Should your slice of the brack contain a coin, this would indicate prosperity and good luck. The pea, unfortunately, meant that no marriage would occur for you that year, yet finding the ring meant a marriage was certain. The stick, to be avoided at all costs, indicated disputes and unhappiness, and finding the cloth meant bad luck and little money ahead. When you pull the barmbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of barmbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually, and should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. I don't know about you guys, but that makes me want to go to Pinterest and look up barmbrack and see if I can find a recipe to make one. I'm just saying. And then I'm going to invite a bunch of people over, and I'm going to, everybody gets a slice. All right. And guys, if you do decide to do that, please don't choke on anything either. All right. Just got to throw that in there too. You think it'd be common sense, but you know, it is what it is. All right. So sorry about almost missing your oracle. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you guys in your weekly readings. Namaste.